up? It's Emily coming at you today with another video, and this one is just me because sorry about all this individualism between Hannah and I. I love filming with her and everything, but just because of the way that my school works, I'm not at home anymore, even though I am right now. I'm home, Hannah's not. Ironic. But today it's fine because this video is a little bit more about me and what I've had to do. So today's video is going to be about O&M, or orientation and mobility, and kind of what it is, how it works, and answering the question that I get asked the most: how do I navigate so well? So like I said before, O&M, or orientation and mobility, is something that is provided to someone who is blind or partially sighted to help them navigate the world around them. So I use a white cane when I travel. So I was first off taught how to use a white cane. So for example, like using it like rolling it back and forth, or using a tapping cane, because they're different ends that you can use. And then you move on to, once you have the basic skill of how to use it, you can apply that and use it. So we would start by walking down sidewalks, and then as someone who's blind or visually impaired, I can't see stop signs, I can't see like street lights, like the color change, or like the crosswalk sign, or even just things like a pylon in my way. Like, so I would be taught how to detect things that are in front of me, and then how to navigate around it. I think one of the best ones is like street crossings is a really common one for most blind people to learn, because even if you don't use a cane, a lot of the blind and visually impaired people that I know just straight up can't see the other side of the road. So how you do that is so basically you listen to the traffic, and I get this one a lot. I'll be standing on a street corner and a stranger will come up to me and they'll be like, "You can go now," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm figuring it out for myself because I know how to do this because O&M taught me." And before I actually explain how to cross a street, O&M is typically given by certified instructors who are taught how to teach somebody who's blind or visually impaired how to do this. Like, they're taught first, and they're actually like during training like put under simulation of blindfolds and using canes and all that, so they know exactly how to teach us and help us navigate. They're also good for just like new spaces. If you've never been somewhere, they can come with you and they can help you learn it and help you tell like what's in the space and how big the space is, and do kind of a walkthrough and tell you what's in the room. They're really good for that, aka the bus terminal for me. So going back to stoplights, maybe sighted people don't know this. I don't know if this is a thing that sighted people know, but when the traffic that is parallel to you, both sides start moving, that's when the crosswalk changes. I don't know if that's something that sighted people know, but this is what they kind of teach you in O&M, because that's how you know when to cross. So if the traffic in front of me, perpendicular to me, is moving, I'm not going to cross because I would get hit by a car. But if the traffic parallel to me starts moving, I know it's safe for me to go because they'll be going straight and the crosswalk will turn. However, a funny thing about that is advanced greens. So sometimes only one side will start moving, and it's because they're turning directly in front of you. So you definitely have to make sure that it's both sides that are going, and that's a tricky lesson, but it's something that you do repeatedly in O&M, and eventually you'll get the hang of it, and then you can just listen to the traffic, and I don't need to see the other side of the street where the crosswalk is because I just know. Yeah. So another one that was really taught to me was the bus terminal. Probably around grade 10 or 11, I started needing more independence around town because my parents couldn't drive me everywhere. And so I sat down with my O&M instructor, and you know what? We went to the bus terminal, and first off, she explained to me the layout using her very descriptive language, and telling me how the buses are laid out and saying things like they're parked in a row on an angle. We went into like the main area of like the bus terminal, like there's like where you get on the buses and then like the office almost. So we went in there, and she's like, this is where this happens, and here are the bathrooms, and there's chairs here, and you just kind of do a walk around because I can't just walk in and see everything in the room. I have to almost like trace around the outside for it. And then we would do things like we would get on a bus, and she would show me where to put the coins in and how to do a transfer and which bus is which, and then also going through the map of where each bus goes. Now, it is different for every person who is blind or visually impaired, because if I was completely blind, I wouldn't be able to use some of the techniques that I do. Like when I'm looking for which bus to get on, there's signs drop down from the roof, and what I can do is I can take my phone out, zoom in, and read the labels to see which bus is which, but somebody who's blind couldn't do that. So obviously there is different techniques, and these are just mine, but then I can get on the bus and, you know, finding a seat, and they even teach you things like just how to ask the driver where there's an empty spot, or asking the driver, hey, can you let me off at this stop, because yes, they're getting better at putting audio in buses, but like the like little screen at the front of the bus that says which stops they are, can't read that like ever. Yeah. And I'm also currently getting O&M for the new city that I now live in, because I don't know where like anything is in it, and they're basically just gonna help me find the places, teach me routes, like you're gonna go 3 blocks straight and then make a left and then travel 2 blocks and then make a right and you're at Tim Hortons, you know? So things like that, they just help us navigate the world, and without them, I would probably be lost and still living at home. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I hope that explained more about what orientation and mobility is for someone who is blind or partially sighted, and we will see you next week. Bye.